So due to how much everyone seems to really love these videos, I decided to make another one. The only difference is this time around I'll be focusing purely on old school RuneScape glitches. There's honestly quite a few major ones that I had never heard of that I really wanted to share. Before I begin, as I say in every video I make about glitches, botting, etc., none of these glitches work anymore and this is purely for entertainment purposes. Using glitches is bannable, so don't do it. Before I get started, I'd like to thank the Plague Doctor, aka Zeb, for providing me with information, gifs, and screenshots of a few of the glitches seen in this video. Links to their Twitter and YouTube are on screen now, as well as in the description, so make sure to follow and subscribe. With all that being said, let's begin. Number 5. DMM Ref Outfit. So this one first popped up a little over 2 months ago when another YouTuber named Link's Ocarina posted about it. The glitch is that these 3 items titled DMM Ref Hat, DMM Ref Legs, and the DMM Ref Torso all exist on the Grand Exchange. They have the same image and description as Ancestral. In total, the entire set would cost you a little over 50 mil. Players attempted to purchase the set on the GE, but because obviously nobody is selling it, it didn't buy. Other than that, we don't really have too much information on what it actually is. What we do know is that it's most likely a placeholder for something, or an item that only JMods are allowed to use. The main theory is that it's a set of armor that JMods use to watch fights in Deadman Mode with. For example, they'd put it on during the final fights and become invisible. That way they wouldn't interfere with the game at all. At the same time, we do know that it is possible for JMods to become invisible without using this armor, and just through commands, so that might not be it. Chances are it could just be for opening a special interface in Deadman Mode, but we're not really too sure. As for why it's visible on the Grand Exchange, it seems that the item is tradable, but they forgot to exclude it from the GE's item database when they created it. Chances are we'll never really know what it actually is, but Deadman referee gear is definitely the best guess. Number 4. Deadman Skull Removal Glitch. This one was pretty massive, an extremely simple glitch that could have a huge effect on the game. For those unfamiliar with how Deadman Mode works, I'll give you a very basic idea of what it is. It's a version of old school where the large majority of the map is a PvP area. There are safe zones, but very few of them. When killing another player, you would receive 10 of their most valuable items in the form of a bank key. Depending on how many keys you have in your inventory, you receive one of these skulls above your head. This indicates to other players how many you have. The skull does go away about 15 minutes later, sometimes 30 depending on your level, but while you have it you can't enter safe zones without being attacked by level 1337 guards. As you'd imagine, you'd want to get rid of the skull as soon as possible. Well, players discovered that if you died in your player-owned house, you'd not only keep all your items and keys, your skull would be removed too. This means players would go out, get a few keys, go back to their house, die, and walk back to a safe zone just 5 minutes later. Overall, a very damaging glitch in terms of making sure Deadman is fair for everyone. Number 3. Vorkath PKing Glitch. This glitch was first made public by YouTuber OSRS. He found out about it when one of his viewers told him that he lost over 100 million in gear to it. Basically, the way it would work is a player would go into the wilderness to go PKing. Let's say you have 99 HP and another PKer does 70 damage to you. You decide to leave and go back to, let's say, the Grand Exchange. You grab some gear out and decide you want to go bossing and decide on Vorkath. You grab everything out, teleport over, but you've forgotten to heal up since you went PKing. As a result, Vorkath deals the remaining 29 damage to your HP and you die. No big deal, you can go back and grab your stuff, right? Well, you run over to Torfin to grab your gear and he tells you that he doesn't have anything for you. Now you may be wondering, what happened? Well, since the PKer you were fighting earlier dealt 70 damage to you, and Vorkath only did 29, the game counts that as the PKer's kill. The items that you lost in the fight are now gone forever. You weren't in the wilderness, so the PKer doesn't get your gear, and you were in an instance, so it's not like you can just go back and pick them up where they dropped. As you can imagine, this makes it really easy to lose quite a lot of valuable gear, especially with what you need to successfully fight Vorkath with. Jakey further elaborates on this glitch in the comments section of his video, saying that this also works at other instance bosses such as Zulrah. The reason it's just being discovered now is because of how hard Vorkath can hit you in a short amount of time. Luckily, it was fixed pretty quickly. It was made highly public around January 10th, 2018, and was fixed just a day later. Even so, it still caused at least a few players to lose very valuable gear. Number 2. Ironman trading. So the entire point of having an Ironman is that you can't get help from other players, right? Well, this glitch basically defeated that entire purpose. It's oddly a very simple glitch and really didn't take too much time to do. I'm not exactly sure who leaked it first, but this video is the first one that I could find. Basically, how the glitch worked is you would have 2 accounts. One was the Ironman and the other was a normal account. First you would use a bond on the Ironman and free to play. Afterwards you would go to use the normal account to go stake against the Ironman. Upon entering the arena and the fight beginning, you would forfeit the duel on the main account. After doing so, the Ironman would receive anything you staked to him. As seen in the video, the regular account stakes a ZGS and transfers it to the Ironman account. Now, as you would expect, it didn't take too long for Jagex to catch on and punish the accounts. First, every Ironman involved received a 3-day ban. Secondly, and this is the big one, they had their Ironman status permanently revoked. The whole point of this glitch was being able to trade items to their Ironman. Now, they might not be an Ironman anymore, but at least they got their wish of being able to trade. Number 1. Corporal Beast Invincibility. This one had a pretty massive effect on the community, although it wasn't too visible when it happened. What happened is one day during a Corporal Beast mass, a player noticed somebody using a Gmaul spec on Corp. He thought that would be a good idea and as a result decided to get his out of the bank. He discovered that when he had them all in his inventory and attempted to log out, it somehow made him invincible. The player went on to have one of his friends write a bot script for him, and he abused this glitch with dozens of accounts. By the time it was patched, him and other players who knew about the glitch had already wreaked havoc on the economy by running the accounts for nearly 3 months. As a result of him and other players who abused it, hundreds, possibly even thousands of sigils were introduced into the game. Return of Wilderness actually did a full 10-minute interview with the guy who ran all those bot scripts, so if that sounds interesting to you, I'll link it below. The scary part about this glitch is that it didn't just work on Corp. It worked on basically anything you could attack. It was abused in places like pest control, so players could AFK for literally days, maybe even weeks just gaining XP. Drug Rug Joe, the bug abuser in ROW's video, trained all his accounts to get the stats for Corp this way. Even worse though is that the glitch also worked inside of the duel arena, although it was done a bit differently. Rather than pressing log out, as you can't do that in the duel arena, you had to disconnect your internet for about 30 seconds. Upon doing so, you'd become unattackable due to being logged out. The exact way it was done in the duel arena actually wasn't public knowledge until right now. The Granite Mall also wasn't the only way to abuse this glitch. It was later found out that you could do the same thing with a dwarf cannon set and a cannonball. It didn't seem to work at pest control or the duel arena, but it for sure worked on Corp. The entire invincibility glitch was kept fairly private from what I've been told. Throughout its existence, only a handful of players knew how to do it. Drug Rug Joe was definitely not the only person abusing the glitch, although it's likely he could be the only one who abused it on such a large scale. Then again, this glitch was around for a while, so I wouldn't be too surprised if more players abused it just like he did. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. Just one more time before I go, I do not condone the use of glitches, and once again, this video is purely for entertainment. If you do glitch, don't be surprised if you get banned. Anyway, what glitches do you think I should talk about next? Leave your suggestions below, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.